Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Thunder Pod, WWE Edition. I'm your host, Billy Sullivan, in singles action this week because, unfortunately, due to a combination of illness and scheduling, Dave will not be able to join us for our regular scheduled Blue Thunder Pod episodes this week. He will be back with me for our 2 pay-per-view specials. We're going to record those on Monday. For the Double or Nothing and King and Queen of the Ring specials. We'll be back together doing that as a team. And then back again, as per usual, next week for our Blue Thunder Pod regularly scheduled episodes. For this week, it's just me, both on the AEW edition and the WWE edition. Again, the AEW edition having dropped at the same time as this. Go check that out when you're done here. For that one, it was mostly me. For this one, Dave was so kind as to give me his incredible, all-encompassing, and frankly, kind of intimidating notes for the WWE shows for SmackDown and Raw. Amazingly, they are so all-encompassing that they kind of read like a script, which, because it's pro wrestling and because it's Dave kind of formats his notes like a script, it's pretty funny. Looking at it, it kind of reads like a porno script, which I guess not surprising for a pro wrestling show. But I am going to be letting Dave kind of drive the boat here, even in his absence, as far as this iteration of our Blue Thunder Pod goes, because he's the Fed guy, and his notes are also so incredible. I'm going to be working directly off of those, basically. So I'll chime in with my own opinions here and there, but a lot of this stuff is going to be Dave's work, so I want to credit him. Also, because I watched SmackDown, I think on Fast Forward a week ago. I probably don't remember much of it. But I'll still have thoughts. So hopefully this will be entertaining for you guys. It's going to be interesting for me. I'll tell you that for sure. Couple of thoughts to kick off the show before we get into SmackDown. All Ego Ethan Page showed up on NXT this week, which very cool. I'm very happy that happened because I always thought he was a little bit underutilized or misutilized in AEW. Kind of thought he was a better fit for WWE. And it looks like that's where he's going to be headed. Though on his Twitter accounts and Instagram and stuff, he's still denying that he signed with anybody, which is very strange considering they had him attack their world champ on NXT to end their show. So I assume he signed with them. The SmackDown that aired last week, the one I'm doing right now, was shot in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, at the Jeddah Superdome. Dave's note here makes me giggle. Who the hell knows how many were in attendance? Because exactly, Saudi Arabia. I expect that they would lie worse than Vince when it comes to attendance. Anyway, so no point in even trying to figure that out. There were no Raw brand dark matches this week either. The way the show opened was Randy Orton was shown coming in from the parking lot to a huge pop. Then Tama Tonga, Solo, Paul Heyman also showed walking in to big time boos. And Nia Jax shown walking into no reaction, Dave's words. And then Bianca also walking in to big time cheers. Man, this company really loves showing people walking into a building. That's me talking. Triple H announces that the King and Queen of the Ring winners receive title matches at SummerSlam specific to their brand. I've been saying that on this show for weeks now, so they must have announced it somewhere else as well prior to this, and then just not again for a while until this week's SmackDown. I don't know why you wouldn't play that up more, being that stakes make the tournament much more interesting. The first match of SmackDown was a Queen of the Ring match. Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. Lia Valkyria is shown sitting in the front row as she's behind commentary, as she is the going to be the opponent for the winner of this match in the finals. Dave's words, Nia is dressed like a slithery snake. It's very amusing. And Nia, she wins this match. You guys probably are aware of that already, but as of that victory, she then beat Naomi, Jade, and Bianca all in a row, which is very interesting. It's the WrestleMania team. And Nia Jax beat them all. Good Lord. Match started off with a collar and elbow tie-up, and then a test of strength. Nia wins that test of strength. I don't buy it, sorry. And then tosses Bianca around a bit. Again, I don't buy it. Does a weak-looking corner splash. Bianca Belair is trying to get Nia off of her feet, but having a hell of a time doing so. Finally does when Jax is out of the ring and Bianca does a crossbody over the top rope to the outside. Seems like an awful lot to have to do just to get Nia Jax off her feet. Nia hits a decent-looking Samoan drop. I'll give it to Dave here. He's right. She's been improving her Samoan drop. She hasn't dropped anybody or nearly dropped anybody lately. Belair hits a top rope crossbody. And then sells the injured knee again. I love that the long-term storytelling on Bianca's injured knee. Bianca working real hard in this match. She carries Nia Jax in a powerbomb position from corner to corner in the ring, which is goddamn impressive. Though she does, at the end of that, she buckles in pain again because it's selling the knee. WWE is evidently piping in clap, clap, you suck, clap, clap, you suck chants. As Dave has put it, no one's faces are moving, and also they're in English. Nia Jax goes to the middle rope. Bianca Belair gets her up for the KOD, which, again, is very impressive, just getting her up for it. But then her knee collapses again. Nia Jax hits a senton. And the Annihilator, a pretty stiff one for the win. Oh, I can't believe it. So it's Nia Jax versus Lia Valkyria in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournaments. Kayla Braxton congratulates Nia after the match, and Nia Jax says, "Shut up, Kayla. Hey, Lyra, you see that? That's Bianca Belair. I just buzzed through Bianca Belair the same way I buzzed through Becky Lynch, the same way I buzzed through Rhea Ripley, and the same way I'm gonna buzz right through you to become Queen of the Ring. And thanks to Triple H's announcement at SummerSlam, I'm gonna be Queen and Champion. And it all starts tomorrow when I buzz through you." Nia, she's just the best, isn't she? We get a backstage segment of Bianca now icing her knee. Tiffy Time walks in. Tiffany Stratton says, "Better luck next time, loser." Byron Saxton then walks in and asks Bianca how she's feeling after the loss. Bianca says, "I mean, it's no lie. I'm really disappointed. Really wanted that crown, but I think it just took my knee to the limit." Which, yeah, clearly. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell walk in, mocking Bianca for being injured. Bianca stands up to confront them, and Jade intervenes. I think that's leading to the pre-show match at the PPV. Next, we get the Grayson Bloody Walla effect. Grayson Waller. Well, I'm not going to... As much as I love doing accents and voices, I don't think I can do the Australian accent the whole way through. So, forgive me. Grayson Waller says, "Welcome to a very special championship edition of the Grayson Bloody Waller effect. Right here in Saudi with my special guest host, Austin Theory. Austin Theory says, some of you may call this man a megastar. Allow me to introduce you to one of the most talented and the most entertaining superstars on the SmackDown roster. Carmelo Hayes' music then hits, and he comes out. Carmelo says, I had to stop you because it sounds like you were describing me. The only problem is you guys missed a couple things. Let's see. SmackDown's first round draft pick, the hottest new superstar here on SmackDown, and most importantly, H.I.M. him. This is me saying this. I don't think they missed those things. They just hadn't gotten to them yet, Carmelo. Austin Theory says, hey, Mr. Him. That's amusing. I think you kind of forgot what happened last time you were on SmackDown with us. Carmelo says, hey, Austin, what you going to say, man? Let's put all that aside. Because guys like us, we're going to stick together. Man, come on. Grayson Bloodywalla. Austin, I think he's right. Carmelo should be the guest. He'd be a way better guest than L.A. Knight. That's for sure. He sucks. I think in reference to L.A. Knight. And you know what? You're doing things the right way coming out here on SmackDown to get the Grayson Waller rub. Carmelo says, exactly. I get the rub. You guys get the ratings. We all win. But look, I'm telling you, man, these veterans, they gotta take after guys like us. We got to be the ones that show them how it's done. Austin Theory, I mean, hey, look at guys like Bobby Lashley, right? Where's the good advice from BL? I mean, the only advice he gives to the Street Profits is how to lose to A-Town Down Under. I don't know who this Bobby Lashley character is, but he doesn't sound like a very good mentor. Carmelo Hayes, I'm telling you guys like Lashley, guys like Corbin, they're selfish. They're jealous. And they're egomaniacs. Is Corbin a face now? Speaking of egomaniacs, L.A. Knight. There's nothing worse than a veteran that hasn't accomplished anything, that wants to talk all this talk. He's got a point there, I got to say. Grayson Bloodywalla. You mean the guy that can't win the big one? L.A. Knight. I got a point again. Carmelo, the guy that was drafted way after me, L.A. Knight. Let's just leave that fraud megastar in the back. And let some real megastars, we'll chop it up. What do you say? Of course. L.A. Knight's music hits. L.A. Knight. Dave says Wade Barrett pops like the glass just shattered. Which, nice. L.A. throwing plants out of the ring. The set decoration. And Los Angeles says, let me talk to you. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I got better things to do. Right now, you're poking a mean dog with a sharp stick. You keep knocking my door. This mean dog is going to bite the hell out of you. It won't take you very long to figure out whose game this is, with everybody saying L.A. Knight, yeah. Carmelo attacks L.A. from behind. Los Angeles fights back. And A-Town Down Under join in. The Street Profits run in to make the save, or even up the score. We get a Blair Davenport vignette, which I believe that's the second one now. That's good sign for NXT call-ups this time around. Everybody wants to talk about living your truth, embracing who you are, that anything is possible. It's embarrassing. The truth is you're weak, you're lazy, and the reason the bad things keep happening to you is because you allow it. You're not successful because you're not good enough. So while you cry about being overlooked, Blair Davenport has already taken your spot. Does it hurt your feelings? Well, come and do something about it. Man, I really like this a lot. Blair Davenport's being given a fantastically well-rounded heel character right off the bat, which is more than I can say for the 2023 NXT call-ups, unfortunately for those ladies and gentlemen, actually. LA Knight with Street Profits versus A-Town Down Under, and Carmelo Hayes is next. Loud ole ole chants, but no one's body language indicates that is accurate. So Dave again suspects that there's some pretty bad piping of crowd noise in right now. Carmelo Hayes and Montez Ford start with a wrist lock sequence. The greatest wrestler of all time, Angelo Dawkins, gets the tag, and Hayes has the balls to try anything at all like an idiot because he eats a flapjack. LA Knight. Oh, Angelo Dawkins tags in LA Knight, and Hayes dives to tag in Austin Theory. A-Town Down double teams LA. Grayson Waller gets a tag, and he and Austin Theory attack LA and Montez Ford, and then take their place on the other side of the ring. Oh yeah, so Dave says never saw that before. It's true. I don't think I've ever seen that either. Where they attack. A tag team attacks another tag team and then takes their place on that side of the ring. That's kind of weird. Grayson Bloody Walla tries a top rope attack, eats a fist. L.A. Knight gets the hot tag. Los Angeles with the mud hole stomps on Grayson Bloody Walla. Drop kick under the middle rope to Austin Theory. L.A. Knight then stands up in the opposite corner and goes for a slingshot shoulder tackle. Los Angeles hits a pop-up power slam on Grayson Bloody Walla. Jumping elbow for a close fall. The finish is Carmelo Hayes, first 48 to LA Knight. Montez Ford with a jumping enziguri to Carmelo Hayes. Austin Theory with a forearm to Montez Ford. Angelo Dawkins with the badass pounce to Austin Theory. Grayson Bloody Walla has the audacity to hit the jumping knee on Angelo Dawkins. And Grayson Bloody Walla is now outside the ring, runs and rolls in the ring. LA reverses it. Hits the BFT. Carmelo Hayes tries to interfere. LA throws him out. LA tags Montez Ford for the frog splash and the victory. I enjoyed this match, despite the conspicuous lack of Angelo Dawkins-ness. Should have been more Angelo Dawkins. Otherwise, it's a pretty solid match. And I agree with you, Dave. LA Knight is definitely better in ring than The Miz. I apologize to you LA Knight heads out there for even suggesting as such. Next we got a recap of the King of the Ring kickoff. Saturday's match against Logan Paul. Saturday's match against Cody Rhodes. I'm going to show y'all how great I am and something I bring with me everywhere, my brass knucks. I will give these up. He does not. Spoiler alert. I will beat Cody fair and square on Saturday night. He does not. Spoiler alert. He gives brass knucks over to Michael Cole at this point. Got a backstage of Cody walking in. Bumps into Randy Orton. Cody tells Randall Keith, good luck tonight, and they shake hands. Randy says, thanks, Code Man, which I'm coming around on Randy Orton. I can't believe it. It's such an old guy thing. Thanks, Code Man. It's such an old guy thing to say. I love it. It's endearing, and I've liked his last couple of matches. I never thought I'd come around on Randall Keith, but I think I have. Big announcement. SummerSlam is, as some predicted, going to be a 2-night event going forward. It'll be in Minneapolis this year on August 1st and 2nd. I think that's a good thing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on whether Mania being 2 nights is a good thing or not. So I don't mind long shows, but Mania did get out of control when it was up to like 6 hours or whatever. I guess they had to split that. But the people that bitch about longer AEW shows, that's never been an issue for me. And even the longer WWE shows, outside of those crazy Manias, I don't mind. I feel like you're getting what you like. You're getting your money's worth when you get a longer show. So I don't necessarily know that it's a great thing that SummerSlam's going to 2 nights, but I'm not. I don't have any strong opinion on it one way or the other until we see it. But I have a feeling I'm going to prefer the single night, but I'll let it play out. We get an in-ring. Cody Rhodes about to start a promo, and when Logan Paul's music hits, Logan says, "Cody, bad news bears, brother. You got played for the third time. I'm walking down the aisle in Saudi Arabia, the championship in my sights, and unfortunately this time you're the victim. Because tomorrow night, brother, I'm walking out of here with the undisputed title on my shoulder. Yeah, the one you're holding right now, as well as the United States Championship. Because I got some facts for you, Cody Rhodes. While you may have the edge in experience, brother, I'm smarter than you. All that bleach must be getting into Cody's brains, making him dumb. Because here's one thing I know. Cody, I certainly am a better athlete than you, a better entertainer than you, and a better performer. I guess more than one thing, Logan. And a better performer than you. And for anyone out there who thinks I need to use cheap tactics to win, you're wrong. Incorrect. Just yesterday, you saw me give my brass knuckles to Michael Cole. You have my words. I will not use them in the match tomorrow. Logan Paul, famously a man of his word. How about the money that you owe all the people that you promised to pay back that you scammed, Logan? How about that? Cody Rhodes says, Logan, maybe you're smarter than me. Surely I'm not an idiot, and my experience would lead me to believe that you're just a scared kid. You're afraid that somebody's going to see you as a fraud in the WWE, a YouTuber pretending to be a pro wrestler, cosplaying. Truth is, Logan, I don't believe that. I've seen just how good you are, but I also have seen that you've got a case of imposter syndrome. And standing in this ring with me, face to face, my gut and my experience would lead me to believe that you've got another set of knuckles on you right now. Good call on not being a dumb babyface, Cody. I don't think the imposter syndrome thing bears out unless you're trying to plant that seed, maybe. Logan Paul laughing at this point. What? You're calling me a liar, Cody? This is what I mean. He's stupid. Look, bro. Call me many things, but I'm not a liar. Yes, you are, Logan. You saw me give my knuckles to Michael Cole. He has them. Not me, Cody. No need to do this. Evidently, Logan Paul wants us to believe that there are only one set of brass knuckles on planet Earth. Cody Rhodes says, let's give Mr. Paul a chance to prove himself. You're not a liar. You're a man of your word. Like you said, you gave your only brass knucks to Michael Cole. Well, guess what? One of our senior officials, Ryan Tran, he's standing right over here right now. Why don't you make this official? Man of your word. Why don't you come in here, Ryan? Check him out. Give him a basic referee instruction check. Logan Paul says, what is this, airport security dog? What are you, a TSA agent? Logan insists the ref check Cody first. Cody's clean, of course. Ref checks Logan. Stops at one of his cargo pockets. That's funny. And pulls out brass knucks. Logan not trying very hard to hide things. Logan Paul says, I don't know how those got in there. I was holding them for a friend. No, these aren't my pants, bro. No, these are my brother's pants. I don't even wear Prada, dog. I'm from Ohio. Prada makes cargo shorts? I guess they're Prada finally catching up to me. Cody asked for the knucks. Take them, bro. I wasn't being 100% truthful. Yeah, no kidding. But now I will be. I can explain. I said I wouldn't use them in the match tomorrow, Cody. Those are for my protection. What if you came out here and tried to attack me? By the way, you have them now, and they're illegal. So maybe, I don't know, police, security, or something, escort him out. Whatever. Cody's simply holding them up while Logan Paul babbles. Logan Paul walks backward and ends up on the ring apron. Logan, nothing changes. I do not need brass knucks to beat you, Cody. I'm better than you. I'm taking everything from you. Keep those, because tomorrow I'm going to beat you clean, fair and square. Cody says, okay, Logan, one more thing. You see these? Holds up the knucks. These are the difference between you and I. It's a crutch for everything that you've done in your career. It's a way to check another box. It's a way to get another click. This title, on the other hand, it's my whole life. It's all I ever wanted it to be. Every ounce of blood, every drop of sweat, every cheer from these fans. It's the thing people love and hate about my family. The Rhodes are real as real gets. That's pretty accurate. You said last week that I was saying the same thing as the other guys, so allow me to say something new. I don't think of you as a YouTuber. I believe that you're a pro wrestler. I believe that you're a WWE superstar. But until you stop treating this part-time, until you dedicate your heart and soul and you respect the ring that we are standing in, you will never, and I mean never, be on my level. Because I'm on another level, prof. No, just kidding. You will be undisputed WWE champion, and tomorrow I'm going to beat you so bad, kid, you'll regret ever having set foot in the ring with me. I thought this was a pretty good promo battle here. It was a return to form after kind of a crap show the prior week. Cody kind of going back and forth on the are you really in it? Are you really a pro wrestler or a YouTuber? But again, if you cut out that kind of bad promo battle they had the prior week, it all flows much better. And this I thought was pretty good. We get a backstage with Byron Saxton and Randall Keith. Addressing Tama Tonga. Oh, okay. Randall Keith is addressing Tama Tonga. Byron, ever since Tama Tonga set foot in the WWE ring, he has proven that he is vicious, he has proven that he is unhinged, and that he is unpredictable. But unfortunately for Tama, I am Randall Bloody Orton, and I have made a career, I've made a name for myself being vicious, unhinged, and unpredictable. Now the bloodline, it's true. It's damn true. They've got the numbers on their side, but time and time again, throughout the course of my career, I have overcome the odds, and tonight is going to be no different. Byron, it's going to be no different when Tama Tonga sees it coming. When he sees it coming and he gets hit with the three most dangerous letters in sports entertainment, MJF. I'm sorry, no, RKO. Another backstage with Bailey, and boy, this is far too confusing for me to try to parse out. So we're going to jump ahead since this happened a week ago anyway, and you guys are probably aware of what's up. To backstage office, Nick Aldis with AJ Styles. AJ, hey Nick, not going to take up a lot of your time. I know I haven't been easiest to deal with. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this one for real. Hey Nick, not going to take up a lot of your time. I know I haven't been the easiest to deal with these past couple months, what with the flat earth and all. But you saw what happened in Lyon, France. You saw how the plane had to take a weird route to get there because, Earth is flat and all. Cody and I, we tore the house down. It was unbelievable. And I was 1 second away from beating him. I was 1 second away from beating Randy Orton, the King of the Ring, as well. So what I'm asking, before I make any rash decisions, this is kind of strange, before I make any rash decisions, give me one more chance. It's my decision to make, I suppose, but give me one more chance before I decide on myself. Earth is flat. Give me one more chance. Whoever comes out on top between Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes to be the undisputed WWE champion, just give me one more chance. Nick, I need this. Please. I guess they totally abandoned the U.S. title part of that too, huh? That's a bummer. And Nick Aldis responds, AJ, I know you want to be WWE champion, and you know how much I respect, and you know how much respect I have for you. If you were asking me personally, 100% yes, every day of the week. Professionally, I can give you what you want. Give me what I want. The chance you're asking for, that has to be earned, and that takes time. I mean, he's kind of earned it, I gotta say. AJ says, Nick, I don't have time. I don't know why he doesn't have time. Aldis says, AJ, that's not something I can help you with. I'm sorry. Is AJ Styles dying of a disease that we are heretofore unaware of? I don't really understand that exchange. Vignette of Andrade. I'm not even going to go through this because I know that the next thing Andrade does is to be put on Speed versus Carl Anderson and his hot Asian wife, which, man, As a friend of the program put it, I wish Andrade would just move to Mexico or Japan or something at this point. We'll go to the Bloodline backstage. The Wise Man, Solo. Okay, Heyman, Solo, so Tanga Loa is not here tonight, right? Solo says, I know. Heyman says, Tanga Loa is not here tonight because we couldn't get him across the border, right? That sounds like either trying to smuggle him in, like drugs or something. Solo says, yes, I know. Heyman, I can't get these people to clear customs. Goddamn background check. Solo, these are very dangerous people that you're recruiting into the Bloodline. That's funny because the Usos also used to have trouble with getting across the borders as well. Solo says, I know. Heyman says, there is a reason we didn't bring these people into the Bloodline in the past. Solo, until Roman, and then Solo cuts him off. Until Roman comes back, I'm the man in charge, Paul. So if you have any problems, they're up to you to fix it. Heyman says, I say this very respectfully, the problem regarding Tama Tonga is that, and then Tama Tonga scares Heyman and stares him down. Tama Tonga, you got a problem? You know why he recruited me? Because I am that dangerous. And tomorrow, a new king comes back to the Bloodline by order of the tribal chief. We get Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga. Gunta is in the front row. Tama attacks immediately, brawling in the corner. Randall Keith hits a big fall-away slam. The shoulder, it gets thrown shoulder first into the 3 ring posts. More mention about Haku being known as the toughest man in wrestling. Also, unmentioned that Haku never took a goddamn back bump because he was worthless. Randall Keith throws Tama to the outside, aims for the announce table backdrop, gets reversed, pushed Randall Keith knee first into the ring step, and then there's a commercial break. Come back, Tama Tonga's working on the knee in the ring. Tama misses the top rope frog splash to the knee, rolls to the apron. Randall Keith goes for the vintage Orton. Shout out, Dave. Reversed into knee DDT. Tama slaps on a sleeper hold. Randall Keith reverses it into a backdrop. Classic Randall. 3 moves to doom. 2 clothesline power slam. Vintage Orton countered by a backdrop to the outside. Randall Keith announce table backdrop on Tama Tonga, looks like twice. And then another vintage Orton attempt, this time successfully. The finish has Randall Keith reversed into a push solo on the apron. Randall Keith punches off. Tama Tonga rolls up for 2, but then Randy hits the RKO out of nowhere for the victory. Afterwards, Solo Sikoa attacks, and the greatest professional wrestler on this roster, Kevin Owens, runs out and handles Solo Sikoa. And that was SmackDown. To hear our thoughts on the thing between this SmackDown and the Raw I'm about to cover, please check out our King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view special, or PLE special, if you prefer, on Tuesday when that drops with Dave and I. But for now, we're going to skip ahead to Monday Night Raw, live from Savannah, Georgia, at the End Market Arena. Looks like about 6,700 in attendance. Pretty hot crowd from what I heard. The open was Liv Morgan, of course, walking into the building with her new women's championship. Spoiler alert. Becky also walking in. Boy, they love their walking-ins. We hear these two have a steel cage match tonight. A rematch from the pay-per-view, but in a steel cage. So, nice. In ring, we got Ludwig Kaiser under the spotlight in the dark ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I demand your gratitude for the ring general and your king of the ring, Gunta. Gunther then comes out. Gunther is the 23rd King of the... Is that possible? Can that be possible? 23rd King of the Ring. Comes out holding the crown, not wearing it. Dave says, thankfully, I agree with him. No crowns for the head of Gunther, please, and thank you. We want Randy chance. And then Gunther says, on Saturday, yes. On Saturday, I've been beaten. I've beaten Randy Orton, and I'm not the rightful King of the Ring. And with that being said, I also earned the opportunity to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. Again, they should have probably pushed that information a little bit more heavily leading into the King of the Ring, but, whatever. What do I know? So let's talk about the current World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. I followed his path, and really, I have to say, ever since Rhea is out with an injury, he really stepped up and took on the responsibility, and I admire that, because I'm a man myself that succeeds when he takes on responsibility. The Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, I appreciate, he says all of the words, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, lacked prestige. Yes, it did. And it was on me to step up and become the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. True, Gunt. The King of the Ring tournament was also lacking prestige. True as well, Gunt. And again, I had to step up and raise it to levels and heights I've never seen before. Arguably, that is also true. And now the World Heavyweight Championship is lacking prestige because the champion won it by taking a shortcut. And I don't appreciate... All good points. Damian Priest and Finn Balor, along with J.D. McDonough, then come out. Damian Priest. Prestige, shortcuts. Look, man, you're the King of the Ring. And you got that adorable crown right there to prove it. And you got a shot at SummerSlam. But let's be real here. You think you earned something? What are you talking about, Damian? Of course he did. We all saw what you did to beat Randy Orton. You proved nothing. You want a pat on the back? Great. I can give you a pat on the back. But if you want to take credit for something, take credit for costing Randy Orton a shot. You want to talk about shortcuts, dog? A lot of dogs on these shows. You want to talk about shortcuts, dog? Listen, yeah, I cashed in. But you know why? Because I earned a briefcase in a ladder match. That's how that works. And yeah, I cashed it in. I cashed in just like a lot of others cashed in before me. That's how that works. I got to ask you, dog, again with the dogs, do you get how business around here works? I could teach you a lesson. I like Damian Priest's babyface promo is a little bit better than the heel ones, but he's not making a whole ton of sense here. At least in regards to Gunther. He is to himself, though. Gunther then says, look, it doesn't matter to me how you think about this. I focus on the facts, and the facts are I am King of the Ring, and you're still and if you're still the champ at SummerSlam, I'm going to challenge you for that title. And in terms of teaching me about the business, well, maybe you can. Business is not my expertise. And also, I'm kind of waiting for it. Because ever since I stepped foot in this company, I'm waiting for somebody to teach me anything after that bell is rung. Ooh, good burn. I can't teach you about business, but I can teach you about this great sport. This sport that I love and protect with everything I have. So you have two options. You either give me a stupid business lecture before our match at SummerSlam and address me as king, or you give it to me after and address me as World Heavyweight Champion. Damian Priest then says, that's good, Gunther. I respect what you can do in this ring, and I respect your IC title reign. But as your world champion, I mean, what can you teach me that I don't know already? Oh, he can teach you a lot, Damian, I promise. You and I at SummerSlam, look, we're going to go to war, right? And then Drew McIntyre's music hits. Drew gets the full entrance with pyro, he's wearing blue jeans, leather jacket. Dave says looking like a hairier Terminator. CM Punk chants immediately start. Drew says, mind if I address... Should I? Let me try to get this Drew down. Mind if I address this quick, or they're not going to shut up. CM Punk's been back for 6 months now, and the highlight of his return has been me. Let's be honest. If I didn't injure him, he'd be screwed up and got fired, and he's got nowhere else to go. You're welcome, Punk. Anyway, gentlemen, hi. Drew McIntyre. Nice to meet your number one contender. You do realize I'm going to be world champion in less than 3 weeks, don't we? Gunther laughs and exits the ring. Damian Priest. Drew, I want to be clear. I'm not looking past you, man. A lot of mans, dogs, man, dog, man. Aren't I relatable? I just know what's going to happen when me and you are done. Priest, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to lift you up. I want the best version of you possible. Brother, you're speaking for yourself. You're spreading yourself too thin. Your judgment day, they're screwing up left and right. So yeah, okay, this must be Drew then. No offense. I mean, Dom went all the way to San Antonio, I think, just to screw up. It seems like ever since Mommy got hurt, the real leader, your group's gone to hell, brother. That's why I'm here to help. You've got to start focusing on what's important. Focus on you. Focus on that world championship. Because you don't realize what's coming for you. Let me help you. Let me paint you a picture right now. Wade Barrett, Fit Finlay, William Regal, the British Bulldog. What have they all got in common? They're UK legends. But between them, they've won exactly 0 WWE World Championships. I'm the only person from the UK to ever win the world title. And I've won it 3, soon to be 4 times. More advice, do some tape study. Watch Clash at the Castle when I fought Roman Reigns. Watch how crazy those fans were. They broke Roman mentally. It was pretty true. That crowd was nuts. That's Roman Reigns. He's done it all. Been in the biggest matches possible. And if it wasn't for Solo, I would have won that night. It's true. This is Scotland. It's Scotland. This is my country. Now it's time for the geography lesson. Since they don't teach geography in America, I was looking for a boo, but everyone in the crowd agreed with him. Generally speaking, that's what I found to be true. USA chants then begin, because yes, they're offended after all. Don't play up to it. I'm an American citizen. I'm just telling the truth here. Okay, geography lesson. Last Clash at the Castle, Wales is here. England is here. Scotland is way up here. That's where I'm from. We're the most passionate people in all the world. And WWE has called me the Terminator, the Warrior, the Psychopath in Scotland. And they just call me, okay, WWE has called me the Terminator, the Warrior, the Psychopath. In Scotland, they just call me Drew, because we're all like that. You're walking into a war zone. Those fans are going to break your spirit, break you mentally, break you physically. So far, you've been overshadowed by 2 guys that are injured. One just got cleared, and I'm about to take your bloody title. Damian Priest's laughing. Ho, 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 ho. That's your game plan to get under my skin. What? That's your best shot at me? That the crowd is going to boo me? That's going to affect me? Drew, I literally have made a living on proving people wrong. You know my story. So that's not going to work. You want to talk your truths? That's how you get under people's skin, right? You talk their truths. Let me talk some of that. Actually, let me ask you a question. Your wife going to be there? What's her name? Drew says, you better choose your next bloody words carefully. I will drop you where you stand if you continue on this path. And then Damian says, all right, Drew, listen. I could care less. I hate that. It should be couldn't. Couldn't. Should be couldn't, Damian. I could care less if she's going to be there or not, man. I just want to see if I could get under your skin. Clearly I did. Damian Priest is a dog shit promo. That's what Dave says. I agree. I want to see if you were man enough to do something about it. Then Braun Strowman's music hits. Drew leaves the ring. Braun gets nose to nose with Damian Priest. So it looks like it's going to be Braun Strowman versus Judgment Day in some way or another next week. I actually liked this exchange personally. I agree. It makes how crappy Damian Priest's promo skills stand out when you put him next to a guy like Drew. But what Damian Priest was doing and saying, I didn't mind as a story beat. Not kind of trying to turn Drew's head games against him. I don't believe it because he can't talk and Drew is amazing, but I get what they were going for, and I kind of like it. Braun Strowman versus JD McDonough is next. JD rushes at Braun and gets held in a press slam. Slips out, tries kicking Braun, doesn't work. JD tries running away, and Braun does a very unsafe but cool-looking release powerbomb. That's Dave talking. Huge Beal. Braun Strowman is 6'8", 385. Another unsafe-looking release body slam. Braun Strowman throws JD to the corner. Running splash from the other side. Tries it again. Braun shoulder first to the post to the outside. JD clips the knee. Commercial break. Back. JD still working the knee. JD gets tossed to the outside. Braun hobbles, but does his freight train pounce thing. Big choo-choo train. It doesn't carry as much weight now that we have a guy that does it better to compare it off of in Braun Breaker. Braun goes for a power slam, drops JD McDonough. Oh, Finn Balor. Finn Balor gets tossed into the ring. Ref trying to get Finn out. Carlito then runs down, tries attacking Strowman, distracts him, and JD throws a jumping headbutt. That jumping headbutt du jour that I have been talking about so much, that everybody loves. Check out the AEW podcast. Drops the same time as this one. Cole says JD with a headbutt with that massive head, which is kind of funny, and a forearm to the knee. And forearm to knee. JD bounces off the ropes, gets caught in a good-looking power slam, this time by Braun for the victory. All three of the Judgment Day attack Braun, but easily get disposed of. Don't love that. Judgment Day hits Braun in the back with a chair. That just pisses him off. Braun slaps the chair out of their hands. All three run away. And Dave's point here, mind you, Finn Balor was the number 1 draft pick to Monday Night Raw in 2016 and the first Universal Champion. Just saying. I agree completely, David. Agree completely. Backstage, Kathy Kelly's with Liv. Congrats on the win. Do you have any remorse on how you beat Becky Lynch? Liv, no. But I did not know what Dominic was going to come out and do what he did. Meanwhile, I have Becky Lynch reminded everyone every single chance she gets that I've never been able to beat her one-on-one. And because of Dominic, that is technically still true. But technically it's not true. Technically, you beat her. But I'm not here to talk about Dominic. I'm here to talk about me finally being your new women's world champion. And if I want to hold this title proudly, I do need to beat Becky straight up. And that's why tonight I'm putting my title on the line in the first ever steel cage match. In my first ever steel cage match. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Just me and Becky, where I finally beat her one-on-one. Because the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour is not over. No, it is just getting started. And if you don't believe me, watch me. I liked this promo. Liv's delivery was very good again. She continues to be very strong. Very baby face-ish, though. And I do prefer the straight heel Liv at this point. We get a backstage with Finn, Damian Priest, and Carlito. Damian, well, that clearly didn't work. Where's JD at? Carlito, he's been busy being chased by Braun Strowman. Damian says, honestly, tonight, Strowman should have been handled. I agree, Damian. I don't know why it took 3 people to not even be able to do that. Do me a solid. Find JD, bring him back to the clubhouse, and let the Judgment Day... Do they, airlift a clubhouse into every one of these buildings? Or do they just stick a sign on the wall? And let the Judgment Day regroup. Finn says, consider it done. Consider it done. Damian walks off to Carlito. Hey, where's JD? Carlito says, I think he went that way. Take the lead. I got a recap of Braun Breaker from last week. Earlier today, in the trainer's room, Ricochet to Adam Pearce. Ricochet with Adam Pearce. Ricochet is cleared after last week's attack. I don't know how. He was absolutely vaporized. Ricochet wants Braun Breaker. No, he really doesn't. But he's not there this week. He's at home, fined and suspended. That's a lot for a backstage attack, considering it happens every week. My boy, Ilya Dragunov, walks in. Ilya, let's see if I can get the Ilya. Ricochet, I just came to say thank you for... No, not very good. Ilya's tough because he doesn't really have a straight-up Russian accent. It's like a mixed Russian-German. I guess I'll just do Ruski. Ricochet, I just came to say thank you for what you did for me last week. Really, Braun is a maniac. If you didn't push me, well, anyway, soon as you're healed up, let's go another round. Ricochet says, it is interesting you say that. I owe you anyways. How about tonight? I fight people and I break them. I'm going into German there. I'm giving up on Ilya. I fight people and I break them. I don't fight broken people. Ricochet says, listen here, homie. Oh, it's not a man or a dog. We got a homie now. Ricochet ain't nothing but money. I ain't ever been broke. Medical says I'm cleared, so Pierce, make it happen. And Pierce says, well, if you guys want it, it's official. Points to Ricochet's taped up ribs. Ilya does, and asks, serious? Concerningly. Ricochet says, get your gear. Next we got the match. Ricochet versus the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. Ricochet, they say Ricochet is the speed champion, still not wearing or carrying his title. Selling how bad his ribs are hurt. Cole has become annoyed with QR codes and glitches in reference to the impending Wyatt 6, I think they're doing. I think it's going to be Wyatt 6, but the Uncle Howdy stuff. Ricochet starts with a running drop kick. Ribs must not be hurt that badly, according to Dave. Ilya starts chopping. Ricochet lands on his feet. One German. But Ilya hits 2 more doing his, I got you, buddy, you can't go nowhere, I got you. Gotch-style German suplex into the pin for 2. Ricochet goes for a kick. Ilya catches and flips him backwards onto his stomach and hits a running knee. Man, I love Ilya. Ricochet rolls outside. Ilya bites the ropes, and they go to commercial. Punching exchange, another German to Ricochet. Ilya goes for the Constantine special that looks kind of crappy. I agree, Dave. Unfortunately. Nobody's perfect. Ricochet runs and V-triggers before he can finish the move. Ilya to the outside. Ricochet with the tope. Rolls to the inside. Another tope. Caught and ran back first into the ring. Ilya tries a powerbomb. Ricochet steps onto the apron. Does running step-off middle turnbuckle moonsault to the outside. Rolls Ilya into the ring. Ricochet to the top. Front flip lands on his feet. Ilya with a huge lariat. Yes, it was. Then the Constantine special. I disagree. Dave says still stupid. I thought this one looked pretty good. Ilya hits the powerbomb. Goes to the top. Dives. Eats a super kick. Ricochet gets the recoil for 2. Ricochet goes back up to the top. Ilya intercepts him. Knocks him off. Hits a shooting star press. And Ricochet hits a shooting star press. Then out of nowhere, Braun Breaker spears the shit out of Ricochet. Again, this was... I agree with the wording there, Dave. He did, in fact, spear the shit out of Ricochet's body. I think it went into his wrestling gear, and he will have to have new gear made for next week. Ilya tries to fight back and also eats a spear. I was not happy about that. Pierce in the ring berating Braun. Braun Breaker smirking and then leaves the ring. I like how Braun looks here. I like what they're doing with Braun, but unsurprisingly, not super happy that they sacrificed Ilya, who kind of looked like a monster until now. You had him easily dispatched by your other newcomer. You could have done that with a lot of different people. You didn't have to do it with Ilya. Otherwise, I liked the Braun stuff. The match itself was not as good as their first one. Still a pretty solid match until the run-in. But just, again, we just saw this match and a better version of it. I'll move on to the Authors of Pain versus the Creed brothers. Paul Ellering's jacket says, "What a rush!" Nice. Well, the match, Authors of Pain, jump before the bell starts. Julius Creed knocked to the outside. Razor hits the Death Valley driver to Brutus Creed in the corner. Authors of Pain with an atomic drop, knee combo. Very nice. This is Dave's words. I agree, though. Isolating Brutus Creed. Julius Creed gets the hot tag. Top rope forearm. Doesn't knock down Occam. Northern Light suplex. Love a Northern Light suplex. Into a suplex. Into NLS on Razor. Then middle rope moonsault to Occam. I just realized it's Occam's razor. I'm an idiot. I've been watching these guys for years, and I never realized Occam and Razor is Occam's razor. Julius Creed lifts Occam to the Doomsday device position. Occam slides off, shoves Julius Creed, knocks Brutus Creed off the top to the outside. Julius Creed into a Uranagi. The finish, the tag made. What a rush! Like neckbreakers, sit out powerbomb kind of thing for the victory. This is a very good match. I love both these teams and want them to be on television as frequently as possible. I don't like either of them eating pins at this point, but still, really good match. And I shouldn't complain because I like steaks, and if I like it in AEW, I should commend it in WWE as well. So, well done, guys. Recap last week's attack on Cruz del Toro from Carlito. Got a backstage of Rey Mysterio. Carlito, my old friend, you do know you were welcomed into the LWO with open arms, right? And if you hadn't taken the path you've taken, you would still be my brother. Oh, yes, but your jealousy over Dragon Lee made you bitter. You attacked on Cruz del Toro. Your attack on Cruz del Toro was a huge mistake. Un error. And hey, you can run to the Judgment Day all day long, and they'll welcome you with open arms like I did. But those days are over. Se terminado. Se terminida. I got it now. Se terminado. When we step in the ring tonight, you're not going to find an old friend across from you. You're going to find out what happens when you cross the LWO. You're going to find out what happens when you cross Rey Mysterio. Good to see. We are continuing to keep all the Latino wrestlers just stuck in a constant roundabout with one another. Sheamus walks in backstage. Strowman hobbling around, still looking for JD McDonough. Memorial Day package is then played. In ring, we got Sheamus, so you guys get to have some more accent work from me. I'm out of breath walking out here. Savannah, what's the crack? I'm amped up just listening to all of you. But how about that King of the Ring, huh? Did you enjoy King of the Ring? Great matches, right? Great matches. Nothing but banger after banger after banger, and then the crowd does the banger after banger after banger. But sadly, no Sheamus. Yeah, and why? Because that little Ken doll, Ludwig, smashed my knee and took me out. But am I bitter? Hell no. That's the name of the game. But what am I salty about? What I am salty about is that Gunther's glorified Kotrok did nothing but talk crap about me, and I was sitting at home waiting to get cleared. Well, here's a message. That little King's Court jester, with that scrawny little neck of his, I'm back, fella, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on that pigeon chest of yours. Is a pigeon chest a thing? Ludwig Kaiser on screen. Sheamus, old fella. I'm right here. Hey, up here. Right here. Can you even see me with those old peoples of yours? Do they still work? Yeah? I'm right here. It's great to see you again. I just heard you were out there crying and complaining like you usually do. But once again, you're blaming me for your loss at King of the Ring. Don't blame me. Blame Gunther. Because Gunther is your King of the Ring. And that means no one else ever stood a chance anyway. Especially not you, Sheamus. No, not you. You know, after weeks of hiding at home, acting tough online, being that keyboard warrior that you truly are, now you're standing here and trying to tell me what to do. You don't tell Ludwig Kaiser what to do. Ludwig Kaiser operates on his own terms, right? Sheamus, oh my God. Would you shut your bleeding mouth? I'll tell you what. What you reckon, Savannah? Will I stand and listen to this garbage, or will I go get him? Sheamus drops the mic and then marches towards the back. The camera follows. Ludwig Kaiser attacks Sheamus in the back. They fight back towards the entrance ramp. Refs separate. In the locker room, Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch are together. Lyra's ribs are all taped up. Becky says, so Saturday didn't go our way. But it's not about winning all the time. It's about getting better every time. So we'll either win or we'll learn, and we'll keep winning or learning. Or what the hell are you talking about, Becky? Until it's time to walk away. You got this. Consider knee pads. That's kind of funny. And I think that Becky's teasing the retirement thing a little heavy here, which makes me think that despite all the reports, I think she probably is re-signed. I don't think she should have. I think she should. I don't want her in AEW, but I do think she should let the contract expire because AEW will inevitably offer her $1 billion, and it'll drive up her asking price with the WWE. But I think she maybe has signed already. I'm not sure. Lyra Valkyria versus Kairi Sane. Reversals until Lyra gets control with a bunch of kicks. Then a Northern Lights. Love those Northern Lights. Love Lyra. Lyra goes to the top rope, gets knocked off. Kairi Sane focused on the taped ribs. Lights are up. Spinning back fists. So Lyra's sitting against the bottom rope. Kairi Sane marches and does another running sliding forearm. Stomps on the ribs and on the apron. Kairi Sane to the top. Lyra cuts her off. Lyra falls into a tree of woe, but holding on. Kairi Sane jumps and stomps. Hate this, is what Dave says. I kind of agree. I didn't mind much of this match, but I don't like that stomp spot. Kairi Sane to the top again, hits the insane elbow, but the boots were up. Lyra Valkyria gets the roll up for the win. I do like Lyra getting the victory, continuing her dominance, basically, since she got called up outside of the Blood Money match with Talentless Hack in Jeddah. She's undefeated, I believe. Another Judgment Day Carlito backstage segment that, man, I don't know if I can. It's too WWE. It's too much. Where's he? Where are they? Sending me to you to get to them. I know I messed up. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this one word for word. It's too nonsensical. The thrust of it is that Dom saying he screwed up, but he talked to Mommy, and she knows that he was trying to help, and he didn't mean to screw it up. He told her that he's going to fix it, and then Priest says, "Yeah, you better fix it tonight." And I wouldn't want to be. If you don't, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. We got EO sitting in a green room. Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane walk in. Kairi selling her arm. EO looks pissed off. Throws a lamp. Oh yeah, she goes apeshit here. She has a nice little dressing room shattering breakdown. Like to see the fire and the passion. Mysterio versus Carlito. Samantha says, accompanied by Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. He is not. He's accompanied by Zelina and Dragon Lee. Samantha with a rare mistake. Savannah Bananas in the house. Crowd is ice cold. Savannah Bananas, yeah, they were. They must listen to the show. Everybody must listen to the show, Dave. This is to you. You make reference to the Savannah Bananas last week when talking about the point I made about getting to the top and then having to play to the kids. You talk about the Savannah Bananas, and then they actually show up a week and a half later. The match itself, Carlito rolls out of the ring. Ray attacks from behind and gets thrown back in the ring. Carlito gets control. Ray with the springboard moonsault. Carlito was supposed to catch him. He did not, but picks him up and pretends he did. Nice, Dave. Slams into the turnbuckle and ties into the tree of woe. Baseball slide. Second baseball slide sends Carlito crouched into the ring post. Falls to the outside. Commercial break. Come back. Ray has control during the break, but Carlito gets it back. Carlito has the upper hand here. Then Ray goes for rolling up into a powerbomb position, but Carlito falls backwards. Carlito clumsily deadlift suplexes Ray from the apron into the ring. Ray with the top rope seated senton into lion salt. Ray tries a running crossbody. Carlito catches him and puts him into a fireman carry TKO. Ray sets up the 619. Carlito backdrops him onto the apron. Ray goes for a springboard. Carlito drop kicks at the same time on the apron. Carlito puts Ray in the fireman's carry. Ray shoves Carlito into the post. FB. So Finn Balor attacks. Finn Balor jumps the guardrail and attacks Dragon Lee. Rey Mysterio running seated senton to Finn. The finish saw back in the ring. Carlito go for the backstabber, reversed into the 619, drops the dime for the victory. Aftermath, Ray attacks Finn Balor on the outside. Dave says, I'd much rather see these two wrestle. I agree. Although I didn't think this match was as bad as Dave seems to have thought. It wasn't great, but yeah, Ray versus Finn is a much better proposition. Or Dragon Lee versus Finn would be pretty dope too. Throws him on top of the announce table. In the ring, Dragon Lee goes to the top rope, teasing a dive. Damian Priest attacks Ray from behind, so I guess they're not quite doing the babyface turn yet. Carlito spits the apple in Dragon Lee's eyes. Damian Priest goes in the ring and gives the Razor's Edge to Dragon Lee. Ray runs in the ring and drop kicks Damian Priest into the 619 position. Damian Priest super kicks him instead. Then South of Heaven, looking over angrily at Finn Balor and Carlito for their failures. Damian Priest is in 3 separate feuds. He can't handle this. That's a Dave note. And I agree. Backstage, we got a Gable and Tozawa segment. Chad Gable to Tozawa. I didn't see you in Saudi, man. I guess you couldn't make the trip, huh? I really could have used your help. All I could focus on was you, and then I lost the match, It was a rough one. This is pretty funny. You must have had a really good reason for not making the trip, huh? Tozawa, I'm sorry, coach. Oh, no, don't apologize. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Braun heard screaming, JD, where are you, in the background. Then asked both of them if they've seen him. Both say no. Gable says, oh, look who it is. Otis and Maxine walk in. Goldilocks and her 3 brain cells. Such a mean bastard, Gable is. Now, look, don't even think about going out there tonight, all right? This ain't a fashion show. And you, I'd be Intercontinental Champion right now if it weren't for you. For some reason, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself against Big Bronson Reed. Yeah, I'm getting my Otis versus not Otis dream match. So don't screw it up. It doesn't go the way I hope, though. You're going to beat him, right? Otis says, right. No, say it. I love this. Gable leaning again. No matter what. Otis says, no matter what. Chad Gable reacts like he just cracked a can of Perrier, salt-free air, canned in Druidia. Let's go. Otis versus not Otis is next. Tail of the tape shows they are virtually the same guy, as Dave and I have been pointing out since the start of the Blue Thunder Pod. Otis cost Bronson Reed the title at cost not Otis the title at King of the Ring. In the match, not Otis attacks from behind once the bell rings, keeps on Otis. Otis mounts the comeback because he is the babyface, despite not having necessarily turned. He is the babyface. Otis hits a running crossbody on not Otis, gnarly landing on not Otis. Otis wanting to do the Caterpillar, Gable saying no. Otis starts gyrating, doing his thing, tearing his shirt. Gable runs up on the apron, says no. Otis finishes tearing his shirt, more gyrating, but Gable gets in his face to stop him. The finish sees Otis turn around into a sidekick to the face from not Otis, then a senton, then a tsunami from not Otis for the win. For the lesser of 2 Otises. Not Otis leaves. Otis rolls out of the ring. Gable says, hold on, Otis. Otis, where do you think you're going? Get back in here. Get back in this ring right now. Get your ass back in this ring. You know what? Get Maxine out here too. Get Tozawa out here. I'm holding a meeting right here, right now. We're going to take care of this. Get in. We're going to take care of this thing. Get in here, Otis. I've had enough. Maxine and Tozawa sheepishly walk to the ring. All 4 are in the ring now. Gable, Otis, what am I going to do with you? I mean, not only do you cost me my Intercontinental Championship on Saturday in Saudi, but I give you a chance tonight to redeem yourself, and you blew it. I'm racking my brain all day long trying to think what it's going to take to get through to you. And I think I got it. You lack discipline, Otis. So tonight, I'm going to show you discipline. And I'm going to show you discipline in front of everybody here, which is kind of sexy sounding. Otis, I don't want to do this. Gable starts undoing his belt, even more sexy sounding. You made me do this. Now grab the rope. I said grab the rope. Otis grabs the rope. To Maxine and Tozawa, you two, stand there and watch. This is what happens. Do you see what happens? Do you see what happens, Larry? This is what happens when you bring shame to the Alpha Academy. And Otis, just know, my friend, this is going to hurt me a lot more than it hurts you. Gable goes to hit Otis with the belt, and Maxine grabs his arm, stopping him. Gable, what's the matter, Maxine, huh? It's a little too much for you? You going to cry? Is this hurting your feelings? Why don't you do me a favor? Get the hell out of my ring right now. Go. Go. I said get out and don't come back. What about you, Tozawa? You got a problem with this, huh? You got something to say? Say it. I didn't think so. Now stand up and watch. Gable goes to hit Otis again. Then Sami Zayn's music hits, which stops him. Sami checks to see if Maxine's all right. Then marches to the ring. Gable, turn that crap off right now. Sami, unless you're here to give me my rightful shot at your championship, I suggest you turn around right now. This is Alpha Academy business. Keep your mind out of it, buddy. Sami standing on the ring steps. Crowd singing a song. Stay out of it. Sami gets up on the apron. Sami, this is your last chance, I'm telling you. Don't make one more step. Sami then gets in the ring. Sami Zayn says, what are you going to do, Chad, huh? You think you're pretty tough, huh? You're not. You're a weak little man. You have manipulated your way into opportunity after opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship. I agree. He has had several opportunities. And yet, every single time you did, you came up short. And when you did, you looked for everybody else to blame. You blamed all these people. You blame me. You blame the Alpha Academy. But I got news for you. It's nobody else's fault, and it's certainly not Otis's fault. At the end of the day, you're the one who can't get the job done. Gable says, Sami, you don't know what you're talking about. I can get the job done anytime I want. I got the job done against you last week in this ring. And I would have got the job done on Saturday in Saudi if it wasn't for this idiot right here, pointing to Otis. So now he gets his discipline. Chad Gable goes to hit Otis with the belt again. Sami stops him, wrestles the belt away, throws it out of the ring like it's a snake or something, throws down the IC title. Otis steps in between them, staring at Sami. What are you going to do, Otis? This is Sami now. You're going to listen to him. How much more are you going to listen to from this guy? How much more of this crap are you going to take? I told you last week, you got to stop listening to him. You got to start listening to them, to the crowd. Listen to them. You hear them? Crowd is cheering for Otis. And if you can't hear them, Otis, listen to this. Listen to your heart when it's calling to you, Otis. You know what the right thing to do is. Gable attacks Sami. Sami fights back. Otis is pacing nervously. Pulls off Sami. Sami screaming at Otis. Gable Germans Sami. Gable takes off his suit jacket and continues beating. Gable picks up the IC title. Throws it on a supine. Sami Zayn, good word usage there, David. Gable and Tozawa leave. Otis hesitates. Gable calls him. He follows. I liked everybody in this segment. I think it's going a little bit long now, though. It's making Otis look like I would have turned Otis at this point. Probably right here. Kathy Kelly with Shayna and Zoe. Number one contenders for the women's tag titles. I like that. Do they feel more confident knowing they'll face Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair? Sonya Deville interjects, as she did last week, says they need her help. Also says the locker room does not respect Shayna's title history in the company. I agree. The company doesn't respect it enough either. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn walk in talking crap on Shayna and Zoe. Sonya reiterates, no respect, I tell you, no respect. Then we have the main event of the evening, the Women's World Title match inside the steel cage. Becky Lynch versus champion Liv Morgan. It's Liv's first ever steel cage match. Last match of Becky Lynch's current contract. Liv raking Becky in the cage right away, throws Becky into the cage, presses her in with her feet. Liv, pretty brutal, I agree. I like it. Becky Lynch's trio woe between the cage and the ropes. Liv stomping her head into the cage. 3 drop kicks between cage and ropes. Repeated shoulder tackles into the cage. Misses the last shoulder tackle. Becky kicking the shit out of Liv's head and slamming her head into the cage a lot. Pretty even on brutality here, I agree. The crowd fucking sucks, I agree. This match was kind of awesome, and the crowd was trash. Becky superplexes Liv just into the spot. Like, the crowd doesn't care. And so, as we talked about, superplexes lately have usually gotten big pops from crowds across all organizations. Liv hits a springboard codebreaker, both straddling the top of the cage. Liv gets beat down off of it. Liv climbing again. Becky Lynch gets dragged back into the cage. Powerbomb back in. Liv goes for Oblivion. Becky dodges and puts her in the disarm her. What a stupid name. On the ropes. Liv shoves Becky Lynch into the cage. Liv climbs. Becky Lynch does middle rope Russian leg sweep. Zero reaction from the crowd. Just another spot. And it was dope. I agree, Dave. Bullshit. Dirty Dom runs out, pulls the pin, and opens the cage door, trying to help Becky. Becky's not having it. JD and Finn run down, tell him to stop. Liv crawls towards the open door. The finish has Braun Strowman's music hitting, who runs down the ramp, chasing JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Freight trains Dirty Dom into the open door. It slams shut onto Becky's face. Liv crawls out, gets the win. And Dave points out, still hasn't beaten her clean, which is kind of bullshit. Let's see what they do next. Considering her contract is up, would have been nice to give Liv a true rub here, but they really don't like giving real rubs still in the Fed. That's just me talking. I liked this match quite a bit, though. I thought it was a fun main event. It's just it doesn't have to be a schmazzy ass finish all the time. I know it's forwarding the story of Dirty Dom, and I like that. And Liv. But we did not get the full ending, evidently, because I found out after I watched Raw, and this is me talking. I'm done with Dave's incredible notes. The international audience was privy to the real ending of Raw, which saw Liv Morgan grab and plant a very passionate kiss on Dirty Dom, which is a much more interesting way to end the show. I don't know if it's canon or not yet. I mean, the video is all over the internet at this point, and it was aired everywhere but the United States. So I hope it's canon because that's cool. It furthers that story. And I do enjoy how much Liv is getting shine, despite the stupid ending to the cage match and the crappy WWE Universe reaction to matches in general. And that is Monday Night Raw. And that is the WWE iteration of this singles edition of the Blue Thunder Pod. Again, I'd like to thank Dave for his absolutely immaculate, impressive, and downright intimidating note-taking. And please join us for our pay-per-view specials, which will drop this Tuesday. Dave and I back together again. And then also again next week for your regularly scheduled Blue Thunder Pods. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye. I know. I'm a sorry substitute.